The world of Yellowstone has fallen silent. A deep, heavy blanket of snow covers everything. It smooths the sharp edges of the mountains. It hushes the rush of the summer rivers. Here in the heart of winter, the land holds its breath. The air is so cold it feels sharp, like a crystal. It bites at any exposed skin. The sun hangs low in the sky, casting long blue shadows across the endless white. This is a time of immense challenge. For the creatures that remain here, survival is a constant battle. The vibrant greens, bustling sounds of summer are a distant memory, replaced by a profound and overwhelming stillness. There is a quiet here that is unlike anywhere else on Earth. The silence is broken only by the whisper of the wind, or perhaps the distant call of a raven, its voice echoing across the frozen valleys. The trees, heavy with snow, stand like silent sentinels. Their branches are coated in a thick layer of frost. Every breath you take turns into a cloud of white mist. It hangs in the air for a moment before disappearing. Winter does not simply visit Yellowstone, it conquers it. The transformation is absolute. The gentle, rolling hills of summer become immense, sculpted drifts of snow. The rivers that once flowed freely are now choked with ice. Only the fastest-moving currents can resist the freeze, carving dark, serpentine paths through the white landscape. The snow is not just a uniform blanket. The wind shapes it, piling it into deep drifts in some places, scouring it away to reveal the frozen earth in others. This shifting, changing surface dictates where animals can travel and where they can find food. It is a new geography, one that must be learned all over again. The weight of the snow has a profound effect on the forest. Pine branches, designed to shed the load, still bow low under the immense pressure. Sometimes, the weight is too much. The sharp crack of a breaking branch is a startling sound in the winter quiet. It is a reminder of the immense power of the snow. The very structure of the land is altered. Familiar paths disappear. Open meadows become treacherous fields of deep powder. The animals must navigate this new world with care. A wrong step could plunge them into a deep snowdrift, wasting precious energy and exposing them to the cold. The cold itself is a powerful force. It freezes the moisture in the air, creating a phenomenon known as diamond dust. Tiny ice crystals float gently down, sparkling in the low sunlight like a million tiny jewels. It is beautiful, yet it is a sign of the extreme cold. The air is thin and dry. Water becomes the most precious of resources. Animals must eat snow to stay hydrated, a process that steals vital warmth from their bodies. Every action must be weighed. Every calorie must be conserved. The cold is a constant, invisible predator, stalking every living thing. This transformed world presents both obstacles and opportunities. The American bison is a true icon of Yellowstone, and in winter it becomes a symbol of sheer endurance. These magnificent animals stand against the driving winds, their thick, shaggy coats providing essential insulation. A dense layer of woolly underfur is trapped beneath long, coarse guard hairs, creating a barrier that even the most bitter cold cannot easily penetrate. They face the storm head-on, their massive bodies presenting the smallest possible surface area to the wind. They are living mountains, seemingly carved from the landscape itself, unmoving and resolute in the face of the blizzard. Their survival depends on this incredible coat and their unyielding strength. Finding food is the bison's greatest winter challenge. The nutritious grasses they graze on in summer are now buried under a deep layer of snow. To reach them, the bison must work. It uses its enormous head, swinging it from side to side like a giant living snowplow. This action clears away the snow, creating craters that expose the frozen vegetation beneath. This is incredibly hard work. It burns a tremendous amount of energy that is difficult to replace. The bison must constantly calculate whether the food they uncover is worth the effort it takes to get to it. Often, bison will follow one another in a single file line. The lead animal breaks a trail through the deep snow, making the journey easier for those that follow. This is a simple form of cooperation that saves precious energy for the entire herd. They also congregate near Yellowstone's famous geothermal areas. Here, the warm ground melts the snow, making grazing much easier. These thermal basins become critical wintering grounds, oases of relative comfort in the vast frozen wilderness. The steam rising from the hot springs coats their fur in a layer of frost, giving them a ghostly, ancient appearance. Despite their size and strength, winter takes a heavy toll. The old, the young, and the weak are the most vulnerable. A long, harsh winter can mean starvation for many. You can see the struggle in their slow, deliberate movements. Every step is measured. There is no energy to waste, yet they endure. The sight of a herd of bison, their breath pluming in the frigid air as they stand together against the storm, is a powerful testament to the will to survive. They are the keepers of the plains, and their presence is a promise that life, however difficult, continues. Winter is the season of the wolf. The deep snow that hinders their prey gives the pack a distinct advantage. Their long legs, their large paws, that act like snowshoes, allow them to move easily across the frozen landscape. The cold sharpens their senses. Scents hang in the dense air for longer. Sounds travel farther across the silent snow. For the wolf pack, this is a time of opportunity. They are perfectly adapted to this harsh environment. Thick fur coats protect them from the cold. Close-knit social structure lets them do what no single wolf could do alone: hunt Yellowstone's largest animals. The hunt is a masterpiece of communication and strategy. It often begins with the pack testing a herd of elk. It can also be a herd of bison. They move around the group, watching, assessing. They look for a weakness, an animal that is old, young, or unwell, one that shows a sign of hesitation or fear. The alpha pair typically leads the charge. They direct other members with subtle shifts in body language, a flick of the tail, a turn of the head. These are the signals that coordinate the attack. There is no wasted movement. Every action has a purpose, honed by generations of instinct. Once a target is chosen, the chase begins. The pack works together to separate the individual from its herd. Some wolves run ahead to cut off escape, others harry from the sides, others harry from the rear. It is a relentless, draining pursuit. The deep snow saps the fleeing animal's energy, slowing it down, while the wolves seem to flow over the surface. The hunt can cover many miles, a grueling marathon across the frozen plains through dense, snow-laden forests. It is a brutal dance between predator and prey, a fundamental part of the winter ecosystem. Success is never guaranteed. A healthy adult elk is a formidable opponent. A healthy adult bison is a formidable opponent. A well-aimed kick can injure or even kill a wolf. Many hunts end in failure. The pack must rest and try again, burning precious energy. But when they are successful, the kill sustains the entire pack for days. They share the meal, according to their strict social hierarchy. In the unforgiving cold of a Yellowstone winter, a successful hunt is the difference between life and death. It is the engine that drives the pack and maintains the delicate balance of this wild place. For the vast herds of elk, the arrival of deep snow signals a time of retreat. The high mountain meadows where they graze during the summer months become, well, inhospitable. The snow there is simply too deep, burying their food supply and making movement nearly impossible. Instinct drives them to seek lower elevations. They begin a great migration, moving down from the high country into the river valleys and plains where the snow is shallower. This journey is fraught with peril. It is a long and arduous trek, undertaken at a time when their energy reserves are already beginning to dwindle. As they move, they must conserve every ounce of energy. They walk in single file, following paths of least resistance. The lead animals break trail, making it easier for the rest of the herd to pass. They move slowly and deliberately, their heads bowed. The cold saps their strength and food is scarce along the way. They may stop to browse on the twigs of aspen or willow trees, stripping the bark for what little nutrition it provides. This is a meager substitute for the rich grasses of summer, but it is enough to keep them going. The migration is a race against time and starvation. The lower valleys offer a refuge, but they are not without their own dangers. The concentration of elk in these areas attracts predators. The wolf packs of Yellowstone know these migration routes well. They shadow the herds, waiting for an opportunity to single out a vulnerable individual. The elk are constantly on alert. The snap of a twig or a scent on the wind can send a wave of panic through the herd. They must balance the need to find food and rest with the constant threat of being hunted. It is a life lived on a knife's edge. Even without predators, winter is a harsh filter. The weakest members of the herd, the old and the very young, often do not survive the journey. Their bodies, unable to withstand the cold and the lack of food, give out. This is a grim reality of the natural world. It ensures that only the strongest and most resilient animals will live to reproduce in the spring. The sight of a herd of elk, their breath creating a cloud of mist in the frosty air as they stand huddled together in a sheltered valley, is a poignant reminder of this struggle for survival. The red fox is small and nimble, a winter hunter. It has developed a remarkable technique for finding food in deep winter. While larger predators chase elk and bison, the fox targets much smaller hidden prey. Its diet is mainly mice, voles, living in a secret world beneath the snow. The Subnivian layer, The space between the ground and the bottom of the snowpack is a network of tunnels where rodents stay active and relatively warm, but they are not safe from the fox. The fox hunts with its ears. It stands perfectly still, head cocked to one side, listening intently. It can detect faint scratching and squeaking of a mouse moving through its tunnel, feet beneath the snow. The fox triangulates the sound, pinpointing the exact location. It sways its head back and forth, zeroing in, immense concentration and patience. Once located, the fox performs an extraordinary athletic feat. It leaps high into the air, arches its body, then plunges headfirst into the snow, mousing. Front paws break the crust, narrow snout follows, snapping up the surprised rodent. It is a surprisingly effective strategy. Iconic image, hind legs visible, tail visible, sticking straight out of a snowdrift. This niche hunting lets the fox thrive without competing with wolves or coyotes. Each successful plunge is a small victory, a vital, high-energy meal to maintain body heat and survive the long, cold nights. The fox's clever plunge shows evolution equipping animals with specialized skills to conquer winter. It seems impossible that a creature as small and delicate as a bird could survive the brutal cold of a Yellowstone winter. Yet many do. Small birds like chickadees, nuthatches, finches are some of the toughest residents of the frozen forest. They have developed a suite of incredible adaptations to endure extreme cold. One visible strategy is to puff up their feathers. By trapping a layer of air between their feathers and their body, they create a highly effective insulating blanket, much like a down jacket. This makes them look like little round feather balls, a charming sight against the white snow. To survive the long cold nights, these tiny birds must eat constantly during the short daylight hours. They flit from tree to tree, searching for any morsel of food they can find, dormant insects hidden in tree bark, leftover seeds, or frozen berries. Their metabolism runs incredibly high, burning through calories at a prodigious rate just to stay warm. A chickadee, for example, may eat more than half its body weight in food each day. Finding enough food in the sparse winter landscape is a full-time job, a desperate race against the setting sun and the falling temperatures of night. At night, these small birds employ another remarkable survival strategy. Many, like chickadees, can enter a state of controlled hypothermia called torpor. They allow their body temperature to drop significantly, sometimes by as much as 20 degrees Fahrenheit. This slows down their metabolism and drastically reduces the amount of energy they need to burn to stay alive through the night. They find a sheltered spot, perhaps in a dense evergreen or a small tree cavity, and essentially power down until morning. It is a risky maneuver as it leaves them vulnerable, but it is essential for conserving precious energy. Other birds, like the American dipper, have found a different way to thrive. This unique songbird lives its life in and around the icy rivers. It walks or dips on the riverbed, hunting for aquatic insects and larvae, even in the middle of winter. It has an extra thick coat of waterproof feathers and a high metabolic rate that allows it to withstand the frigid water. The dipper, the chickadee, the raven soaring on the cold wind. They are all testaments to the incredible adaptability of bird life. They prove that even the smallest of creatures can possess the strength and ingenuity to conquer the great white wilderness. Winter in Yellowstone is not just a story of hardship, it is also a time of breathtaking beauty. The landscape, stripped of its summer colors, reveals its fundamental structure in stark black and white. The low sun creates a magical quality of light. At sunrise, at sunset, pink, orange, purple. The air itself seems to sparkle, filled with tiny ice crystals that catch the light. The steam from geysers and hot springs freezes onto the nearby trees, covering them in a thick, crystalline coating of rime ice. This creates fantastical ghost trees, their branches white and heavy as if made of sugar. These moments of serene beauty stand in sharp contrast to the brutal reality of survival. The same landscape that can look so peaceful and pure is also a stage for life and death struggles. The sight of a wolf pack taking down an elk is violent and difficult to watch, yet it is a necessary act that sustains the pack and ultimately keeps the elk herd healthy. A bison, frozen solid in the snow, becomes a source of life for scavengers like coyotes, eagles, ravens. Nothing is wasted in this ecosystem. Every death gives way to new life, a cycle that is laid bare in the starkness of winter. There are also moments of quiet intimacy and wonder. Watching a family of river otters slide down a snowy bank into the icy water, their playful chirps echoing in the cold air. They seem immune to the cold, their movements filled with an energy that defies the season. Or seeing a great gray owl, a silent phantom of the forest, perched on a branch, its yellow eyes scanning the snow for the slightest movement. These are the moments that reveal the hidden life of the winter world, the stories that unfold away from the grand dramas of the hunt. The sounds of winter are just as powerful as the sights. The profound silence is often the most striking feature, but when you listen closely you can hear the landscape breathing, the crunch of your own footsteps in the dry snow, the whisper of wind through the pines, the deep guttural groans of shifting river ice, and if you are truly lucky, the long, haunting howl of a wolf pack, a sound that seems to embody the very spirit of wildness. It is a call that speaks of community, of territory, and of survival in this beautiful and brutal kingdom of ice.